Well, hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Practical Talk. I am your host, Heather Holloway. And today we have Nell Tice of enTICEing Media joining us on the show. Check this out. In 2021, just 23 days before going full time into entrepreneurship, Nell handed in her resignation from her C-suite level position at a coffee and tea company. Ooh, that must have been nerve-wracking, right? But since then, she's become a best-selling author, international speaker, podcast host, and owner of her growing business, enTICEing Media. Nell enjoys cooking, yoga, and travel vlogging with her husband as they focus on growing their YouTube channel. Well, Nell, thank you so much for joining the show today. I have so many questions. I can't wait to get into it.
Thank you so much for having me, Heather. I'm really happy to be here.
Yeah. Oh, cool. So grateful for you being here. So you were in a C-suite, nice little maybe cush job. You're getting paid by somebody else. You're maybe potentially having some health benefits. You have security from somebody else. And then you said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead, throw that in the trash. I'm going to do this for myself. Girl, tell me about this.
Oh, you're exactly right. There is a lot of security with a job like that. And boy, is that missed sometimes. But you
Yeah.
know what? Nothing beats making your own schedule, controlling
Ooh.
your own finances, and just being in control of your own happiness. Nothing beats that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I I didn't struggle. I was a good employee. I
Mhm.
clocked in, did my time, did my things, gave it my all, did
Right?
my best.
Hmm.
But I got to tell you, I jumped from when I started in radio when I was a little 19-year-old, 20-year-old in radio.
Oh, so
Uh
fresh.
yeah, so fresh, so young, so raw.
Yeah.
So I don't even know. But yeah, I bounced, man, because I was looking for it. I was looking
Yeah.
for it. And I
Mhm.
think what I was looking for, exactly what you just said, but in one word, autonomy.
Ooh, yeah. That's a good one. That's a really good one.
Yeah.
This is not for the faint of heart. And if you're not prepared to make this change, and especially at this age, I'm 37, there was a point where I thought either I'm going to be happy in doing what I'm doing now, or I'm going to make the change because if I'm going to start over, I have to do it now.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah. Right. Got to do it now because there's no time. There's no better time than the present for anything. There's no better
exactly.
time than the present to take action. So
Mhm.
you went in, were your hands shaking when you were handing in that resignation letter?
No, you know what? My hands weren't shaking. And I look back now and physically, I did this 23 days before I went into this full time. But I think subconsciously, I made up my mind a long time ago. So it
Mm,
felt like the right thing to do.
awesome. Okay, so you left corporate America to go into enTICEing Media. Is that where you went next?
Yes, that is
Cool.
correct.
So tell us about that. What do you do with enTICEing Media?
So, with enTICEing Media, I focus on video editing. I've also gotten into the videography field of things, and I do some light commercial photography as well. So,
Nice.
branding, product photography, things like that.
Yeah.
It's funny, every day it takes you down a different avenue. And you know as well as I do, my 7, 8 months into this, that I mean, every day it's just there's something new going on. I got contacted by a couple of van lifers that I've been following on Instagram for so long, and so then there's the opportunity for some travel possibly, and it's very cool. So the all doors are open right now.
Yeah, all doors are open. So you do both video, you love doing video. We worked
Mhm.
together on a project together, which was we worked
We
together on
did.
a project together. We worked together on a project, which was
Yes.
fantastic. I had a blast working with you.
I had so much
Uh
fun.
thank you. You shot excellent video. So if anybody's looking for
Oh,
video production, I am going to give my 5-star review right now
thank you.
to get with Nell. Um, but we connected on another level too because we're both entrepreneurs and
Mhm.
um, making that switch from full time to this entrepreneur life, you started
Yes.
going into your process. And I was wondering, would you share that with our audience today?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Cool.
So, I basically came down to 5 steps to help you make that transition. So,
Yeah.
the number one step that you have to do is make the commitment, set
Mm,
dates, have goals in mind, and make those goals happen. So, that goes into actually number two is hold yourself accountable.
mm,
Tell everyone you know. That's one of the best topics or ways to get yourself to actually do something, because when
Mm,
we have the fear of what other people think in us or of us, then we strive a little bit more, you know what I mean,
mm,
to make these things happen. So commit to it, hold yourself accountable. Number 3 is to actually do it.
mm.
The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results.
Right. I've heard
So,
that.
oh no, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I said I've heard that before.
Oh,
Yep.
yes.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you're staying in the same place, nothing is going to change.
Mm,
So, you have to do it. You're not going to change, your situation's not going to change, and all of your complaints and fears and doubts will never change.
mm-hmm,
So, number 4, this might be the toughest one that
mm-hmm.
I still struggle with, and we all struggle with, is embracing the challenges.
Oh,
So, as the kids say these days, understand the assignment.
oh, is that a thing? Okay.
That is apparently a thing. I might be 3 years behind on this because, I'm not of that genre anymore.
Yeah, right.
But, when you understand the assignment, you have to understand what you signed up for. So with the highs come the lows. And what no one's telling you is that it's okay to sit in a dark corner and cry
Mm,
and bawl your eyes out for a day.
mm,
Take that day. Take what you need to do and take care of yourself. And, when you hold on to and embrace those challenges and learn from them, learn from your mistakes, learn
mm.
from the rejection, you really will build yourself up to be a better person. And that's also where you build your support system.
Mm-hmm.
Use those people, lean on them. And you know what? Going into full-time entrepreneurship is one of the quickest ways to find out who your friends truly are.
Yeah. Yeah, because they
So,
don't understand.
no,
Unless you do it, you don't understand.
no, you will never understand. I used to think, oh, C-suite level job, I have an idea of what it's like to be at the top and have that responsibility. Unless you actually have that responsibility, you have no idea.
Yeah.
Not a
Unless
clue.
the name Tice or Holloway
Yes.
is on the check, you don't have the responsibility. You just don't.
No, you don't. Absolutely. And that's what it boils down to. If your name's not on that check, you're absolutely right. You don't.
Yeah.
So the last and final part of the pivot, I would say, is to enjoy the journey. As
Oof.
much as it's okay to sit in a dark corner and cry, it's okay to celebrate each win, no matter how
Mm,
small or how big. And if you even just contacted someone that you've had on your Dream 25 list for so long, and they responded back to you, that's a win. And you
yeah.
should be jumping up and down and out of your seat.
Mm,
And, if you don't take those moments to truly enjoy, you're going to look back and you're going to be like, gosh, I wish I would have celebrated that. That
yeah.
was a pivotal point in my career. This led to this and this led to this. So
Yeah.
really embrace those moments and live in the moment, especially as entrepreneurs. We look so far into the future,
Yeah.
and we forget today is a real thing and
Yeah.
it's an important thing.
Yeah. And all we have. All we have.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're right. You're
Yeah.
absolutely right. I mean, YOLO, I think kids are still saying that.
Yeah.
But, you do only live once. So
Yeah.
live for the moment, live for today, live for this small win, big win,
Yeah.
whatever it may be.
Yeah. I like to take it a little differently with that saying. We live every day. If we're lucky, we get to
Mhm.
live every day. You die once. So you might as
Yes.
well live it in the present,
Yes.
So maybe we need to change it up and tell the kids it's actually Yodo.
Yeah,
You
I
only
love
die
that.
once. We're going to live every day.
I
Yeah.
love it. It sounds like a new Star Wars
Yeah,
character.
right. Yeah, right. It does. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Yoda. He didn't know it. Yodo. Yeah. So the 5 steps. Okay, so we're making a commitment. That's number
Mhm.
one, where we're
Yes.
making some goals. We're holding ourselves accountable. That's number two.
Mhm.
Just do it is number three. Embracing the challenges because they come in. They come in. And then we have enjoy the journey. But I want to go back to making the commitment. So
Yeah.
you made the commitment, but prior to that, you
Mhm.
had to have the thought. So
Yeah.
how did you hold yourself accountable to that commitment?
So the theory where I started telling people that I was going to do it was my biggest help, because when you put it out into the universe, no matter what you believe, whether it's God or the universe or astrology, anything,
Yeah.
when you put something out there, all of a sudden wheels start spinning, things start turning, and you get led onto certain paths, and you just have to embrace those paths. And at some point the thought process will come to you that you are actually built to do this. You can do this, and you need that confidence. And there are a series of events, sure, that led up to it. 13 years in the coffee and tea industry, I wasn't
Wow.
getting anywhere. And I had connections, and that was all great, but the passion wasn't there. That's the
Mm.
other thing. You really do have to be driven by passion. And you can do this, you can make this commitment, but the passion, the lack thereof, will show in your work too.
Yeah. How then can you show up
Exactly.
if the passion ceases to exist? I'd also like to say stay curious too, like always be
Oh, yes.
inquisitive.
Oh, absolutely. You
Yeah.
want to keep learning and listen to the podcasts, listen or read the books, and
Yeah.
surround yourself with people that have something to offer to you as well. And you can build each other up, offer something to them. And that, we build this community.
Yeah.
And that community also helps to lift you and push you forward.
Yeah. That's great. That's great because on, your second point is hold yourself accountable by telling people.
Hmm.
So surround yourself with other entrepreneurs who are doing it out there. Like you
Yes.
said, what do you do? How do you hold yourself accountable?
So I have joined mastermind groups. I have joined a slew of other groups as
Yeah.
well. And
Yeah.
I'm constantly making sure that I am only putting people in my life that support my, not necessarily all of my ideas, but
Sure.
they support the journey. And
Mm.
I, in turn, support their journey, and we feed off of each other. So, this is a great way to stay accountable. Now, I did it a little bit backwards. I would definitely recommend getting into these groups and surrounding yourself with these people before you actually make the commitment.
I did it backwards too. Yeah, that's a pro tip right there. Make sure to rewind that and listen to that again.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, 23 days isn't a whole lot of time
That's
to
pretty
get
quick.
involved in all of this stuff
Yeah.
before you make the decision. So,
Yeah, but it goes to your third point, which is do it. I
yes.
mean, take action. When
Yes.
you get stuck, what's something that gets you out of that rut so that you can get back into taking action?
Oh, that is a great question. So, feeding your mind is what
Mm.
comes to mind. I have set podcasts that I listen to that I will use for motivation. But one thing that I am absolutely huge on and I will never give up is meditation.
Mm.
Meditation is, I believe, one of the most powerful tools that we have access to and can do. And, people say all the time, well, I can't sit still that long, or
Mm.
I can't focus, or you're looking for the destination. It's
Mm.
about the journey. And I know that sounds so cliche, but it's a process of healing your mind, working your mind, and shifting to that mindset to be able to get to where you need to be.
Yeah, and you know what? Those ahas, those epiphanies, those what the heck's now? They come in the quiet moments. They come in the quiet moments. I was in a mastermind for my agency, and one of the pieces of homework, one of the things that we were supposed to do was go
Hmm.
for a walk. Now, here's the thing: you go for a walk, and they say, take your earbuds out, leave your phone at home.
Ooh.
I know. I know. I am asking the world. I understand. However, there
Mhm.
were some of the greatest ahas for me.
Yeah.
It's self soothing in a
Yes.
way because you're going with all the answers are contained within, my friend. So, I would also just try it just one time. You
Yeah.
won't die, I promise.
No.
You can leave your phone at home and you will survive.
That's
And
a
even if it's a
great tip.
5 minute walk around the block,
Yeah.
try it sometime. So good.
Oh, you know what? It sounds so simple yet so scary. I love it. I
Yeah.
want to try it.
Oh my gosh. If you do, please report back because I want to know
I
how
will.
how you did. So that's step number 3. Just do it. 4, embracing the challenges. How Can you give us a recent maybe challenge and how you overcame it?
Oh gosh. So, yes, absolutely. Recent challenge. And, I will call this a challenge because I felt deflated.
Mm,
I was working with someone, a potential client, and we kept rescheduling. And then all of a sudden, she said, you know what, I'm not at a place right now where I can work with you.
mm,
And, you start feeling this doubt. What did I do? Did I do something wrong? Was it
mm,
something that I said? Was it what did I do wrong?
yeah,
And you have to realize that it's not about you. It's
yeah.
not.
Mm,
And, maybe that person just isn't mentally in a place where they were ready to be on camera. If they weren't ready to promote something that they're passionate about because their energy levels are low.
hmm.
You just have to think outside of the box. Think about, instead of looking inward this time, look outward and say, what what could this person possibly be going through to have declined this offer?
Mm, yeah, right. Yeah. And boy, we're offering our as entrepreneurs, at least
Mhm.
I do. I can't speak for you, but I'm kind of thinking you might feel the same way. We put our heart and
Oh,
soul into this stuff, and we know we can serve and we know we can help. And when they say
yes.
no, it is a rejection. Let's be honest, right?
Yes.
Sales, it's a rejection. So working on our confidence, working on that ability to be like, okay, just not the right time. Maybe even not the
Yes.
right fit, but not the right time. Don't take it personally.
No, exactly. And I think what made it worse was the build up to it, because we
Mm,
had we had dates scheduled to film, and the dates kept getting pushed back. And then, I would email and follow up several times and then wouldn't hear anything, and there was just this build up to it. And you just have to wonder sometimes, does it hurt more when there's a build up, or does it hurt more when it's out of thin air?
yeah. 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 You're
But I
right.
don't
It
really
both.
want to know.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. 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 We know what the other one is. We don't know what the other one feels like. So we don't need yeah, the
Exactly.
quick cuts. Yeah, but I love that. I love that. And so, working on our mindset, which the meditation that helps big time with the mindset.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Meditation has done so much. And I used to practice yoga more often. Now I'm getting back into it again and
Yeah.
I'm starting to incorporate that into practice. But the biggest thing that I took away from yoga, and I've been doing it for close to, well, yeah, 15 years now,
Nice.
is it's not about the practice on the mat. It's about the practice off the mat.
Mm,
It's one of the workouts, I'll say, if you want to call it that, where you really truly take that into your world and into your life with you. So I think it definitely helps to calm the mind. You can focus, and you just have maybe some better reactions to things,
yeah.
or more control, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Just a quick funny story. I have this uncanny ability to be extremely calm in very tense situations. I was
Cool.
a passenger in a car one time with my sister-in-law, and she was turning into a parking lot and almost ran over this giant median with bushes and all kinds of things and cars coming towards us. And I reached my hand out and I said, "You're going to run into this." And she went and swerved and she said, "How are you so calm in that situation?" And
Wow.
I don't know. I actually had just come from yoga class.
Oh, well, there you go. You're already in that flow, man. Yeah. I mean, yoga helps you deal with those situations, probably maybe because you're more flexible. I don't know. You're like,
I
you
like to
know,
think that.
you're like Neo, like going backwards and like what is it, the bullets like going past you. You're like, yeah, man, I'm my yoga session today. It's all
Got
good.
this.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. And just like Yoda, you're going to run into that. It's just
You're going
amazing.
to run into that. Yes,
So
yes.
calm. She's like, thanks.
Now,
That's
talk
awesome.
to my husband about technology when it's not working properly, and that's a
Oh,
whole different story.
I mean, I don't know if any amount of yoga is going to help you with through that, but yeah.
It's not.
And then the fifth point is enjoy the journey. So, how do you celebrate? When do you celebrate?
Oh gosh. So if it's not the month of August, which currently it is, and I'm not doing Whole 30, I like to celebrate with I love food. So,
Mm,
maybe I will cook something I've been craving for a while. Maybe I'll make this like healthy chocolate chip dessert thing.
yum.
Um, it just small things like that. They don't
Mm-hmm.
have to necessarily be going to the salon to get a full manicure and pedicure, or maybe there's a piece of cool jewelry that was handmade down at the farmer's market that I've been having my eye on that I'll go buy. It's
Yeah.
little things like that, and that just make your heart happy.
I love that so much. Yeah, it doesn't have to be big, but do
No.
celebrate. Do
Yes.
celebrate and tell somebody so they can celebrate with you. Entrepreneurs,
Yes.
they say it all the time, right? We're on an island. Or
Oh my
entrepreneurs are
gosh.
on an island. You've heard that one.
Yes.
But I didn't understand until I was in it.
Mm.
And it's so true. I mean, it can be super duper lonely. So
Oh my
communicate.
gosh,
Yeah,
yes. Yes,
communicate.
especially in the first few months of doing this. And, it's cold and dark outside. And it was so incredibly lonely. So lonely.
Mm. Well, sister, you have a friend in me. And if ever you need counsel or you want somebody to celebrate, I will be here and be your biggest cheerleader rooting you on because I am, because you're a quality person. You're so super kind. And I
Aw.
just wish the best for your both businesses, man. This is awesome.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you. You're so
Yeah.
kind.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So let's talk about how people can work with you and the cool thing that you have coming up. So how can people work with you?
So people can work with me. That you can find my email, my website, which is www.enticingmedia.com. Tice with an E. I I do have my own personal website, nelltice.com. I'm also all over Facebook, Instagram, not really so much on Twitter. I'm
Who
also,
is?
I know. I'm also a coach with the Slaymaker Method, and you can find me there at theslaymakermethod.com, which puts us into that cool event coming up.
Yes.
Yes, yes. It's the first ever Slaymaker Method Success Summit, Friday, October 14th in Hershey, Pennsylvania at the Englewood. Tickets are available. There's 2 different ticket packages. Sponsorships are also available as well. Can be found through theslaymakermethod.com. But, it's a place to surround yourself with the best in their fields, network with them, and hear the speakers coming from all over the country and hear about their
Wow.
journeys, their stories, and the value that they have for you.
Wow. Right here in central Pennsylvania's backyard. And
That's right.
also the Englewood is fantastic.
Oh
Food,
my gosh.
drinks, very cool venue. Super
Yes.
cool venue.
Oh, it's amazing. The sound system was designed by the Clare brothers,
Oh,
which
cool.
they also designed Rock Lidditz,
Oh, neat. Oh,
which
cool.
is, some of the hugest acts have rehearsed there. And it's just, yeah, I mean, we're totally honored to be able to have this space.
Yeah, and you guys are gonna rock it. And I cannot wait to see the value that you bring to your audience because it's gonna be epic. So make sure
Yeah.
to click both links. You can go to enTICEing Media. You can go find out about the Slaymaker Method Summit that's coming up with
Yes.
Kyle. What's up? Shout out to Kyle.
Hey,
And
Kyle.
and Nell, definitely get on that. Central Pennsylvania is beautiful too. If you haven't been to
Oh
Hershey,
my
I mean,
gosh.
my goodness, you have Hershey
Absolutely. You got to get
Park, and
there.
I mean, it's chocolate. It's a town made of chocolate. It's
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 the
fantastic.
sweetest place on earth.
Literally is. Yeah, it literally is. Well, now this has been fantastic. You gave us 5 great tips on how to pivot from full-time employment into, entrepreneurship and autonomy and controlling everything. So,
Yeah.
thank you for helping us entrepreneurs out there. Really appreciate it. And I just thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having me. I'm happy to help.
I'm Heather Holloway, and you've been listening to Practical Talk. Thank you so much for being here. It means the world to me and my team. Hey, remember, check the show notes for resources and links to other episodes. And don't forget, new episodes are released every Wednesday.